Chris Raptus Real Estate, episode number 39. And in reflection, a couple of things I want to discuss. As I was younger, back in my old day, as they say, I was a lot more concerned about what people would think or what people would say. Right, so you dress in a certain way, you do certain things to please people, right? So your reference crowd is so important, but I guess as you get a bit older, you don't really give a shit, right? And that being said, where I'm going at with this is due to popular demand and people messaging me on Facebook and saying, Chris, love your videos, really helping me out. I actually would love to take the time, whether you're doing real estate or not, just to get to know you, understand your situation. Well, not situation, but your ethos in life and where you're at and what your thoughts are and what you want to do moving forward, right? Because I think that's probably been a reason why I've been successful, is I genuinely care about other people, whether that's doing something right for them and helping them in a real estate transaction, and it's a mutually beneficial transaction for everyone and everyone gets paid. I mean, that's great too. But I guess I'm at a point in my career now where it's like, yeah, okay, the money's good, cementing your career is good, knowledge is good, expertise is good, proven track record is good, but what do you do at the end of the day when you lay your head in the pillow at night? And like, what have you achieved, right? Like, have you done good? Have you helped people? I think satisfaction of being here is more important for me. So that's why I like doing these videos, expressing my opinions. And there's change in the air, right? There's clearly change in South Australia, and I always try to bring it back to real estate. You can see the infrastructure. I've made some nice or controversial comments, about the towers going up on the advertiser. And, I'm all for change. It's finally good to see that Adelaide is progressing, because the old establishment, it's changing hands. Things are moving along. Adelaide is booming, right? In the sense that we've got defense contracts that are going to stay. I was talking yesterday at the dinner table, and I believe, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but all the planes in Australia, in the Australian military, are going to be serviced at the Edinburgh base. There's also a $200 million hangar that's being built. You've got Roxbury Downs. You got a lot of things that are going on right now. Osborne and the submarine contracts, so I finally feel that Adelaide, the poorer cousin that we have always been, right, quote unquote, it's going to be a controversial comment, we're finally, the sleeping giant, right, is awake. And we can see the change. We can see the change with the roadworks. We can see the change with the traffic. We can see that things are finally moving forward, right? And it's been good, because I know what it's like to be in a hard market. I know what it's like to be in a very good market. Like, when COVID was at its peak, people were just drunk on properties, right? I've never seen anything like it. It was just on the cusp of pre-GFC, right? Remember when you'd go to a property and by the time the open inspection was finished, the house was sold, there was a sold seeker, and there would be 50 people through a house, right? It was just mayhem. So that being said, I truly believe, and let's see what happens with Jeremy Powell and whether he gets a sack, as of predicting that if that happens, the Feds are going to drop the rates by 200 basis points. Can you not see that properties are going to continue to go up? Can you not see that life is a game and how you play it, right? And I'm trying to help you to play your cards in the best possible way that you can, right? Because in life, we're all dealt with the same cards. I believe that, right? We all live and breathe the same air. A billionaire, here's a good saying, here's a good one that I heard the other day, a billionaire puts his jeans on the same way that you do every day, right? It's just what they do in those 24 hours that's different. So, I had this discussion the other day at dinner, and it was, baby boomers had it easy because the income to the house price was 3 or 4 times, as opposed to now it's 10 to 12 times, right, of the annual wage. And I get that, right? I get that there is that fundamental red corner and blue corner, but I think there's always a bit of gray in every black and white situation, right? And that is that we've got YouTube, we've got AI, we've got access to information. We can talk to people overseas in a jiffy, we can send emails, everything is very quick, right? So if you're watching this video and you're stuck, and that's why I feel like a lot of you do watch my videos, is, you know, because you want that motivation, right? And I'm a very positive and motivated person, and that has taken me years to become, and that's by not trying to medicate myself with negativity, but watching videos, by watching other people, you know, and taking advice from people that have made it, right? And so what I'm saying is educate yourself. We live in a great country where you can pick up the phone, watch YouTube, do something that you might be passionate about. I don't know, it could be making ice creams. I don't know what it is, but I'm just saying, you know, they always say be the best of, you know what, don't be the best, be the best version of you, right? Because life is a game, it's how you play it. And I believe that we're very competitive. In Australia, there's that keeping up with the Joneses mentality. And I feel that if you can try and be the best version of yourself, right? Health-wise, friends-wise, financial-wise, just that, if you can keep that circle as harmonious and a perfect circle, and not be out of whack or out of balance in any way, shape or form, then that's what's going to give you the happiness, right? Because everyone just wants to be happy, in my opinion, in life, right? And it's just your reference group and who you hang around with, and those people are going to push you. Whether it's, as they say, if you're going to be hanging around heroin junkies, you're going to be doing heroin. It's as simple as that. But if you know, hang around millionaires, you're going to potentially be a millionaire, or do things that are going to make you a millionaire. And so you got to ask yourself what you want in life. And I think that's what a lot of these videos are good at, is a bit of guidance, right? Is listening to someone that doesn't have gray hair, that maybe can connect with you, right? Because I've always felt that the younger generation, and I've said this for a very long time, I always have felt that the young generation don't have a lot of people to look up to, right? They just don't. The role models that we have, I felt that the gap has been too far, and you know, it's been too big, right, for the younger ones. Because I remember, you know, seeking guidance and counsel from older generation, and it's like, well, what do you know? How can you connect? And you get a bit older and you can understand that with age comes, you know, wiseness and a lot of mistakes. So, you know, you just got to look at where you're at in life, who you have around you, and trying to make the best decisions, especially in real estate, so then you can be the best agent, if you're an agent watching this, or a property owner, or a landlord, or a seller, so you can try and make the best decisions that you can, so you don't regret them later, right? Because at the end of the day, I think that's what most people try to look forward to at the end of their life, is try and live a life of without regrets. And I see a lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and I'll tell you right now, I'd rather try and get kicked in the teeth, because you can always be broke and make it again, right? That to me is much better than, you know, not trying or failing, you know, at trying. Because if you try and it didn't work, then that's better, in my opinion, right, than not trying at all. Because you'll just always be miserable and you'll be regretting your decisions, right? I should have done that, right? And don't do that. Don't second guess yourself. And that's why I love my videos deep down inside, is because it gives you confidence, gives me confidence to go out there and kill it. Go out there and be the best version of yourself. And that's all I can ask. Some of you don't like me, some of you hate me, some of you love me, some of you have had arguments with me and we become friends again. This is life, right? So grab it by the horns and be the best version of yourself. And that is how I want to tie it into real estate. Make the best decisions that you can. Don't listen to dickheads. Don't hang around with dickheads. Property market's going to continue to push forward. Adelaide is growing. It's a great place to be. I believe it's the best state in Australia, weather-wise, people-wise, everything-wise, right? Adelaide is finally having its moment to shine. I'll give you an example. I know we love football, but I don't know if you remember when the Crows won their first premiership. Adelaide was buzzing, everyone was running around, beeping, honking. There was that complete euphoria, right, of how much pride it meant to be a South Australian, right? And I think that is what I want to see more of, because unfortunately we see a lot of people go interstate and we lose our talent interstate. Doctors, lawyers, whatever, etc., right? They tend to go over there and they stay over there. I find it's very hard to keep the talent in Adelaide and South Australia. So that being said, stay here, stick it out. It's short-term pain for long-term gain, right? And that's the moral of the story. So go out there, enjoy your coffee, your tea, kick some ass. Let's do it, baby. We're living in the best time, 2025. Let's make it happen. Be positive. Take care. See you on the next one.